All right, everybody. Hey, I'm gonna do a quick one here since we're doing fire starting stuff lately. I made these two wafer discs, right, with these pads made for makeup. Even though they kind of look the same, they're a little bit different. I did them a little bit different. I've seen a couple different ways. I want to see which one works better. This one here that's kind of thin compared to this one, I did with lighter fluid and wax. This one I did with Vaseline and wax. So I haven't tried them yet. I'm gonna try it, see how it works. Obviously I'm not gonna use a lighter because a lighter would be, it starts anything. So I'm gonna do it with a rod. But I'm gonna take this one here and I'm gonna kind of break it open, rip it apart, expose some of that, fibers in there. See how this works. Let's see how that one works. Got my knife, got my rod. Let's see if it fires up pretty good or not. Like I said, I have not tried this, so we're gonna see. Let's see. Oh, it's not bad. I can smell the lighter fluid and I just wasn't getting a good spark. And that one, it was kind of hard to break open and expose some fibers into there. But it does seem to be working, and it looks like if you were using that in some damp weather, it would work absolutely fine. Alright, so let's break open this one. Now this one has got Vaseline in it, and you can kind of see this one breaks open a little bit easier to expose that. I'm going to set that there and see what happens. If I can get it on there. Well, I think I had it. There it is. And that's what it was. I didn't expose it far enough. And reaching over this and trying to do it was not the easiest thing in the world here. I'm pretty sure if I didn't have to reach over and try not to block the vision of the camera and burn myself with the other one, and it would have been absolutely fine. So I've seen a bunch of different ways that these are done. Like I said, this is the first time making them, seeing what happens. If you guys have done this before, somebody comment down below and let me know if you found an easier way or a better way. I like these rounds. I also did the one on the cotton straw, or the cotton ball in the straw, and I like that too. I don't know what works better. I mean, I like those ones here because they look like they're thin, But I kind of like the idea with the Vaseline in it. Makes it a little more waterproof. And like I said, that whole not lighting right away was me. I was trying to, like I said, reach over the camera and not burn myself with that flame. This one looks like it, obviously the flame's higher on it, but it's burning quicker. That one right here, the one with the Vaseline in it, looks like it's burning longer, and I'm sure it'll get higher here once it melts some of that wax off. That seems to be what it's doing. We're at 6 minutes. That's not the exact burn time for the first one on the left. We'll just say 5 minutes on the one on the left, and maybe 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes for the one on the right. I should have put out a little stopwatch and did them both at the same time. But, right, so these aren't sustainable fires to keep you warm all night. These are to get you a fire going with any type of tinder that might be wet, damp, whatever. Obviously, you just put your sticks over the top of it. Hopefully they dry out enough. It gets hot enough that it'll dry them out. I don't know, that one on the right seems to be doing better just because of the, I think it's got more fluid in it. And the other reason why that other one might have started a lot quicker is because I do have lighter fluid in them. So that might have been it. But like I said, if we use a lighter, then it doesn't matter how easy they light. But if you only had the flint wheel on the lighter or a rod, then it does matter how easy these things light. The great part about these is you can put them in a tin, throw them in your pack, throw them in your car, whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna say definitely the one on the right is gonna burn longer. The one made with the Vaseline. But they both will work, which is cool. Like I said, I haven't started one of these yet, and I wanted to see if it would work. Like I said, I was using a rod and a knife to start it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think these are even worth even doing, or is there other things out there that are better? I make those ones out of lint and wax. Those work pretty good. I just wanted to try something different, didn't take up so much room. Those other ones I got are pretty bulky. These look like they're pretty comparable, if not, could be better. But yeah, it's burning pretty good, and there's still a lot to go there. Like I said, I liquefied the Vaseline and I dunked them in there. Pulled them out, let them harden back to the somewhat solid form. Then I dipped them in wax. The one on the left's still kind of going. Not as good, but it's still going. Yeah, I'm definitely going to say the ones with the Vaseline are probably going to burn for probably about 10-15 minutes easily, somewhere in there, compared to the other ones burn for about, I don't know, 8-9 minutes. I also saw somebody make something out of a rope. I might try that next. And they called it a fire rope. And yeah, that's still going. I'm gonna say the ones with the Vaseline I like better. But yeah, the ones with the rope thing I'm gonna try next. And the great part about these is if you get them wet, other than the first one, I think if you broke open and got wet, if it got wet and cracked, I don't think it would work that well. But the ones with the Vaseline, I think you could probably soak in water, even if they were cracked, and just shake them off and they'd fire up. Because there's so much petroleum jelly in there. I think it would repel most of the water. All you need is just a little dry part, squeeze it or whatever. But yeah, we're at 11 minutes. Figure a minute and a half I spent on the other one before I lit that one. I think those are the ones to go with. If they're gonna turn out anything like that, then it's gonna burn for quite a while before it gets to that point. I mean, either one will work, right? If you needed to make a fire, and these will probably work really well if it was just kind of damp. Those would work. I think that would work really well if it was somewhat severely wet and you had to dry it out. I don't know. But like I said, that rope thing I'm gonna try out, see how that works. It might work, might not. If any of you guys have made it, let me know in the comments. And I do like reading the comments, what everybody thinks and what everybody does and has tried and found out that works better. I like reading those experiences with them. Like I said, those fire straw things, those are working pretty good. If you're just going to start a regular fire, it goes up really quick. And that was just cotton ball and Vaseline. And I debated putting a couple drops of lighter fluid on them just to make it ignite better. And maybe that's what I'll try. Maybe I'll try one of these Vaseline ones with a drop or two of lighter fluid on it, then the Vaseline, and then the wax. Because if I can get it to light better, and I think I could have lit that a lot better, like I said, if I wouldn't have been reaching over everything and trying to not to burn myself and knock the camera down. I think that would have worked out well. We're at 13 minutes and 13 seconds right now, minus about a minute, so we're at 12 minutes, and that's still going pretty good. So if you guys have used these, do they work just as good in the weather, right? I mean, if it's snowing and blowing, I mean, actually the wind's blowing here pretty good and it's staying lit, but if it's rain and downpour, how do these work? Anybody have any experience with them, let me know. And your method of starting. Certain rods or magnifying glass, whatever. Share your experience. But yeah, I'm boring you to death with the time lapse here. Or watching fire. But it is nice to actually see how long they burn for. Looks like it's almost done. That's still a little bit of a flame to get something going with. Well, I think that's going to be about it. That little, still burning, but that little tiny fire, I don't know, doesn't want to go out. But it's definitely longer than the other one. I don't know. Is that it? Oh, still going just a tad bit. And it's out. I'm going to call it. It says 18 minutes here. I'm going to say 17 minutes. That one burnt for. But anyway, that's it, guys. Those little makeup pads as fire starters. That's what you get. All right. See you next time.